have done the voice change for you. Tell us about this guy that you started dating and what's going on.
So I want to know how much I should share with my boyfriend.
I feel like you should share everything, right?
Not everything.
What do you mean not everything?
But continue.
I have an OnlyFans.
And he doesn't know?
No, he's pretty conservative, so I know he'll want me to give it up.
Don't do it.
What do you mean don't do it?
Don't tell him. Like, is he paying your bills or anything?
No, honestly, that's what allows me to pay most of my bills.
How long have you been with this man?
About a month.
Yeah.
And so do you have a normal job?
No, he knows I don't have a job, but that I'm still paying for stuff.
Oh,
but
that
he
question's
doesn't
going to
know
get brought
how.
up sooner or later.
I'll put it like this. I wouldn't make any life-changing decisions based off of a man I've only known for a month. You do what you have to do to get your bills paid. If he wants to change your lifestyle and if he can afford it, then go ahead.
When it comes to your page, is it graphic?
Yeah, it's graphic.
She's not his property.
Well, I understand that. But I mean, again, communication is key. I always feel like you need to let everything out and just
He's
be like,
only
hey,
been
just
around
before
for a
we move
month.
forward in the relationship, I want you to know that this is what I do. And if you have a problem with it, then we need to end things. You
it's
seem
on-
like you really like him. You don't want to end things.
I do really like him, but I see where she's coming from. Like, I have to be able to pay my bills.
And you have to know if he's even going to stick around longer than a month or 3 months. Like,
You owe someone that you're dating the respect of complete honesty. The problem, I think, that there are so many people that try to hide things early on in the relationship, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger when you can easily just, hey, listen, I'm not into getting into a serious relationship, or, hey, I'm into this lifestyle, or whatever. A lot of people hide that stuff early on because they don't want to end the relationship. But if you would just be honest at the
but
beginning.
this is the thing. I don't think she's necessarily hiding it. I mean, it's just none of his business. If he doesn't ask, then don't tell. If he asks, okay, you can tell him. But, I mean, I wouldn't make it a big deal.
Okay. Thoughts? 866-639-4689. I think it's a mistake to hide it. Like I said, right in the front, at the very beginning, this is the time that you share everything. Like, this is the getting to know you. And he's not getting to know her. He has
He
no
gets to know,
idea.
what does her OnlyFans have to do with the relationship or him?
It's a lot.
That's her money. That's
It's
the
a
way
lot.
she makes her money. That's her
And that's
living.
fine. And usually when you start out a relationship, you say, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, well, I work on the radio.
She's a content creator. That's all she needs to say.
Well, and then he'll ask, well, what kind of content?
Whatever she puts on OnlyFans.
866-639-4689. What are your thoughts? I'm telling you, you start out with a lie, it will just grow, and it's just going to be a lot harder to share later. And if you've had any experience with this, bonus points, give us a call. We'll be on our Facebook Live on the Hot Facebook page as well, taking your comments. Let's get into it. Steve Lacy. All right. Thoughts this morning? Good morning. Hang on just a second. You're going to be our first person. Hey, good morning. We've got one call ahead of you. Stand by. Hey, good morning. We've got two calls ahead of you. Stand by. All right. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Sharon, and I'm calling from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Go ahead.
I feel like she should go ahead and be upfront and tell him, because in the long run, if she falls in love with him and it's not a lifestyle that he's willing to be with somebody who's involved in, it's going to save herself a heartbreak, and it's going to save him heartbreak. It's not about it just not being his business or him controlling her. But if she falls in love with him and that's a deal breaker for him, then
This is going to be harder
and
later.
she's not willing to give it up, it's going to be a heartbreak later, and she's going to be sitting hurt because she wasn't just giving him full disclosure. Plus, if it was him that had an OnlyFans, would she not want to know? Because I would want to know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. Boom. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, go ahead.
So this was a little bit ago, but it was before OnlyFans.
Okay.
But it was kind of along the same lines.
Okay.
I also had a day job, and it was in a mainly male-predominant work field, and I started to date a guy that I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell him, like we ended up being together for like 2 years.
Okay.
But I told him when we were just talking that, hey, I have a page, I upload, just solo videos. It's just by myself. And he demanded that I stop.
Ooh, demanded. Ooh, now that's a strong word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a different story. But I had created it to begin with my husband, but we separated. And my husband was trying to use it against me in court to get our children.
So that's why you ended up dropping it.
So I ended up dropping it because of that, not because he demanded it.
Right. So that's something that could happen, though, if this girl does share the fact that she has an OnlyFans. So you've kind of been through this.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I'll tell your mom, I'll tell your grandma, like I'll bring it up in court, and it was,
Wait, he started it with you.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, we got to get to the next calls. Thank you very much, though.
Thank you.
Interesting. Wow.
Oh, snitches get
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jessica, Athens, Georgia.
Okay, Jessica, real quick. We only got a minute.
I think, honestly, my opinion is if you have to hide it, you already know it's wrong.
Oh, that's...
Period.
Boom.
She should tell him. I'm sorry.
I don't
care
think
if
it's
a secret
necessarily
you have
wrong.
on
I
your
just think
page.
she doesn't want to be judged.
If you're hiding it, why are you going to hide it?
Because
if you're hiding
people
it,
have
then
judgment
you feel like
upon that.
something is wrong. Well, if you're with him, that's your boyfriend, right? So you really shouldn't have to worry about being judged by the person you're with. But if you're going to hide things, then you're asking for judgment.
Thank you very much. Exactly. If he judges her, then she knows that he's the wrong person. Dr. Marie, we only got 30 seconds. Go.
She don't owe him nothing but a hard way to go. I would at least wait 6 months before I tell him. And who dates somebody and don't ask them what they do for a living?
Exactly.
If he asks, tell him. If he don't, do you. Unless he's trying to pay your bills, do you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marie. Okay. Let me get that edited real quick. Let's get into the comments. What are your thoughts this morning?
She needs to be honest. Everybody's not cool with that profession. Tell that man, from a man point of view, we're not going for that telling later mess. People need to be upfront and honest about who they are from the beginning. Hiding your freak flag doesn't do anyone any good in terms of relationship longevity.
Exactly.
Love your shirt. Thank you, Carrie. I'm going to say that there's an 8 out of 10 chance that he already knows and doesn't really care if it hasn't been brought up. OnlyFans isn't anything easy to hide if she's successful enough to not have a job and still pay bills.
I've heard that there's a lot of people that can just pay your bills off of that.
I just feel like there's levels of things you need to share with people in a timely manner. Like, okay, you have kids. Yes, that's like first date conversations. And your career, of course, yeah, that too. But like, I even hold back certain things. Like, she's only been dating him for a month. Like, no, he's still a non-factor.
Here we go. All right, Barbie T, quick recap of what we're talking about this morning.
Okay, so this girl's been dating her boyfriend for a month, and she wants to know if she should tell him she has an OnlyFans.
Right, and we wanted to know what your thoughts are, and a lot of people are sounding off this morning, especially on Facebook Live and on Twitch and YouTube. Barbie, what do you got whenever it comes to some of these comments?
Kara says, I'm going to say that there's an 8 out of 10 chance that he already knows and doesn't really care, so if it hasn't been brought up, then don't worry about it. But OnlyFans isn't anything easy to hide if she's successful enough to not have to work and still pay bills.
I don't know. I mean, like, if the guy's not into it and he's not searching for it, you know what I mean? I think you could keep that very quiet, very hush-hush.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong? This girl says that she was dating this guy, started dating him right off the bat. She wanted to be upfront with him, and so go ahead.
Like we ended up being together for like 2 years.
Okay.
But I told him when we were just talking that, hey, I have a page, I upload, just solo videos. It's just by myself. He demanded that I stop.
Ooh, demanded. Ooh, now that's a strong word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, I had created it to begin with my husband, but we separated, and my husband was trying to use it against me in court to get our children.
So that's why you
So
ended up dropping it.
So I ended up dropping it
Got it.
because of that, not because he demanded it.
Right.
Mm.
Interesting.
That demand thing.
As soon as
Somebody
I
think
heard
you can do
that, I was
Y'all
like,
do that in relationships.
oh,
Get 'em.
boy.
I
Well,
demand you.
yeah,
Child.
yeah.
Mm.
All right, good morning. Go ahead. What about you? What are your thoughts whenever it comes to this?
I think, honestly, my opinion is if you have to hide it, you already know it's wrong.
Oh, that's
Period.
boom.
She should tell him. I'm sorry. I don't care if
think
it's
it's
the pinky toe
necessarily
that you have
wrong.
on
I
your
just think
page.
she doesn't want to be judged.
If you're hiding it, why are you going to hide it?
Because
If you're
people,
hiding it,
people
though,
have
then you
judgment
feel like
upon that.
something is wrong.
Mm.
Well, if you're with him, I mean, that's your boyfriend, right? So you really shouldn't have to worry about being judged by the person you're with.
Very good point.
But also, I'm also team mind your business.
There's a point there, too. What are your thoughts? 866-639-4689. Were you ever dating someone and they were like hiding something that was kind of a big secret that you feel like they should have told you right up front? 866-639-4689. Or maybe, that's a really good point, too. Maybe you have like an OF, all right? And how do you handle that whenever you get into a new relationship? That would probably be the best advice. Listen, if you're listening right now and you have one or you know someone that has one, how do they handle that in a new relationship? I feel like that's what?
I just got a message answering that question.
What?
I have an OnlyFans. Everybody asks what my husband's thoughts are on it. I respond every time with, he helped me create it, and he's my
That's a husband.
cameraman. We love my page.
That's okay.
That's a husband right there.
Right, but that's a husband. I'm talking new relationship. You had it before the relationship started. 866-639-4689. Well then. Hey, good morning. Hang on just a second. Come on now. Don't get scared. Hey, good morning. Hang on just a second. You're going to be our first person up. Hey, good morning. We've got one call ahead of you. Can you hang on?
Yeah.
All right. She definitely has one.
Why she definitely got to have it?
Because she had that confidence. She was like ready to share, Dr. Marie, good morning. Go ahead.
I have 2 comments to the last 2 playbacks you played.
Yeah.
First of all, I've been married 14 years yesterday. My husband can't demand I do anything or don't do anything. He can suggest, and I might take it into consideration, but that's all he can do, and that's my husband of 14 years. So a boyfriend can kick rocks.
Of a month.
Thank you very much.
Second, wait. I'm not done.
They've
They only been dating a month, Dex. She don't owe him nothing. She owes him absolutely nothing.
No.
Unless he want to pay all her bills and take care of her, she don't got to tell him squat.
Here's why I say right off the bat, because when you start up right off the bat, you don't owe him anything. Absolutely. He doesn't owe you anything. When you're up front, then you can start the relationship. If he's not into that kind of lifestyle, or if he doesn't like it, or he demands that you stop, then you can end it right there. That way you guys are on the same page. You don't fit a round peg into a square hole. So she's a round peg. If he's not a round hole, you know what I mean? Then move on.
But the thing is, though, like, it's only been a month. My thing is, maybe at 3 months, okay, yes. But with time,
But that's
you
not going
give.
to change who he is.
Are they even exclusive? They only been dating a month. That does not mean that they're exclusive. That means they have went out for 4 weeks. That's all that means.
Yeah, but
That
within
don't
a
mean
first
they're
date,
exclusive.
I'm going to find out what the girl is that I'm talking to, what she does for a living. You know what I mean? I'm going to ask that question.
You got sense. Most dudes out here don't have common sense. Common sense is an oxymoron. Those 2 words do not belong together because 99% of the population don't have common sense. Like I said, they have been dating for a month. In 4 weeks, if he have not asked her what she did for a living, he don't care.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marie.
Period, Pooh.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Katie and Asheville.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking in response to the OnlyFans situation.
Yes.
That honestly, if it's something that you're worried about, that's something that you should just say at the way beginning to save hurting somebody's feelings.
Right.
Or, caught in a situation that you're not really wanting to be in, because if they really, care, then that's something that they don't want to deal with, and you shouldn't have have them invest in a relationship, whereas you were like hiding something like that. Like if you tell them straight out the gate and they don't care, it's like, okay, cool, then it works, and then you're made for me.
Right,
But if not,
exactly.
then you're not made for me.
And that's what I'm saying. You're a round peg and they're a round hole. That's why it works out. Now, do you have an OnlyFans page?
I don't.
Okay. So you don't have any experience on that kind of level then. But good points.
No, but I know that my sister does, and I know that her husband and her do it, and they're cool with it, and that's just something they do. My boyfriend and I have talked about doing stuff like that. It's not super necessary for me to do that or for him to do that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Shane, and I'm calling from Liberty. How are y'all doing?
What up,
Yeah,
Shane?
what's up, Shane?
All right, real quick, go ahead.
Hey. All right. As far as her page, I don't see a problem with it. But she needs to be honest with her guy and go ahead and let him know what she's doing. Because if he likes her good enough, he's going to hang around. Because if my woman, if she had a page and she's making money, and as long as she's faithful and honest, I would not have no problem with it.
Boom.
Thank you, Shane.
There you go. Thank you very much. But what if she hid it from you for 6 months and then all of a sudden told you 6 months later?
Well, see, that would be the problem. I mean, that's where I'm saying that she needs just to be honest.
Thank you very much.
But she needs to come out and just let him know, and if he likes her good enough, he'll hang around. If not, she didn't need him anyway.
Thank
Period.
you.
Thank you, Shane.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sorry, I lost service. I had just called.
Yes. So you were saying that your husband or your boyfriend and you thought about it, but you guys never did it.
Yeah, no, we've never really went that far. We're more kind of on the verge of like old school Pornhub situation instead of OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also real nervous about people that I know seeing my body because I'm like, I don't want people that I know knowing what I look like.
So wait, so you guys are thinking about forget the OnlyFans. Let's go ahead and straight to Pornhub?
Oh yeah, we're going balls to the wall. That's
okay,
about
literally.
$36,000 or something with how many if you get a certain amount of views, and we like doing freaky shit. So.
Hey, I love that for you.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, yes.
I love how you're like, your sister does OnlyFans, and you're like, man, that's amateur crap. Let's go all the way.
Yeah, I know. We on some freak shit. We don't want to do no basic this. That's for people who got, like, I don't know, like creators and stuff, influencers, Instagram type of people.
Yeah, they're not for the pure enthusiasts. Yeah, I got you. Thank you.
But, I'm not judging by all means because they're probably doing something that I can't do, and that's I can be more, hidden on Pornhub. I can't be as hidden on OnlyFans because people are gonna know your name and the way you promote it. It's like it'll be through your social media and stuff. I don't want what if my dad, God forbid.
Your dad, yeah. That
would be the end of my life.
Wear the ski mask.
What?
I could. I got tattoos. It's so noticeable. I'm working. We're thinking about it. We're baby steps with that. But
I'm going to tell you right now, your dad probably watches Pornhub too. All right.
I don't know what he does, but honestly, I don't put nothing past nobody.
Okay.
And I don't want to take that risk.
Right
I
on.
definitely don't ask about his endeavors with the internet, that's for sure.
Well, and I'll tell you this, though. I mean, you're talking about, you have less of a chance to be seen and everything. I mean, I feel like, that's wide open. You know what I mean? At least with OnlyFans, the only people that get to see is the people who pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're right.
I don't know.
All right. I don't know, but I just wanted more so to give feedback and, you just don't hide stuff from people that you're interested on creating a life with because that's not going to help you or that person.
Thank you very much.
Honesty is literally the best policy.
Well, thank you very much. Whew, man.
That's a month in.
That's a lot of share. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Allie calling from Raven County, Georgia.
Okay, go ahead. Thoughts on this? Have you dealt with this before?
I actually have dealt with this before. So I was in the service, meaning I loved my clients, and I did that for 5 years, and I had 2 boyfriends, but I was straight up front with them about it. I felt like honesty is the way to go.
Wait, when you say in the service, I mean, like, are you talking OnlyFans or what kind of service?
Oh no, 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 no! I was like a companion, so it was like it wasn't online; it was like a face-to-face meeting, or escorting, as they call it, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. And okay, so when you would start a new relationship, how was that conversation? When did you tell him?
I told him like in the beginning, like I was like, I do this for a living. I have 4 kids, of course, and I can't make it through. So I did that, but I was honest about it, and I did a 3-year relationship based off of it. So it was
Wow.
a long-term thing, and he supported me, and he was like, I get what you do, and I understand, and I don't make enough money, to pay all your bills. He said, so I respect what you do, and as long as you come home to me every day, we're okay.
Okay. And one more question, so there was sexual stuff that was going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
it was like I got paid for, giving them companionship in whichever form they needed it.
okay. Interesting. How much
Yeah, how much you
how
make
much
on
are we
that?
talking about for a month?
I made like, I don't know, I would only work 3 days a week and I'd make like $2,500 a week.
Okay. Thank you very
right.
much for your call. Thanks for listening.
Slide in my DMs.
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
am Barbie
no.
T.
What?
Let you
No.
know.
Thank you. Good
Hold
morning.
on,
What's your name?
I
Where you
just
calling
wanna know
from?
more.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hey, good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was calling about advice for the content creator.
Yes. So
So
do you
I'm
have
the
an
one.
OnlyFans?
I do. I'm the one who messaged Barbie T, and I had advice to go along with that.
Okay. Real quick. Go ahead.
It's more about fantasy. You don't get to meet up with these people. The person who has the content creator page, they know who they're going home to every night. So they're just creating fantasies for other people to look at.
Right.
It's
Now,
like
Exactly.
have
looking
you
at
started a
pornography,
new
but-
relationship since you've had your OnlyFans?
No, I've been in mine for 7 years, but I
Okay.
created my own.
Okay.
It was a lot to talk about in the beginning.
Sure. I bet. But it worked out.
Gets to approve it before it goes out, and that helps us in the relationship.
Oh, he approves it.
He's my cameraman.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys work together. Has he ever created any content with you?
Not yet. We've talked about it, and it'll happen eventually once I get a little bit further into it. I've only had it for about 2 months, so I'm still trying to figure out the website myself
Okay.
and get more comfortable with it. But once I'm more comfortable, then we're going to do boyfriend-girlfriend content together.
Got it. Okay.
Nice. So, how much have you
But-
made within these 2 months?
Well, the first month I was active on it. I'm a student and I was working full-time and then doing that. So in the first 3 weeks, I made over $300, and then I stopped doing it for a little bit, and I'm starting it back up again and have made over 100 already in the last week. So
Okay.
I clear about 100 a week with barely doing anything.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Dang. Okay. Let me get that one call ready. I can't believe that we had an escort that called in. My goodness.
An escort. See, she don't have to do everything all the time. Anything.
She did. She said that she
not
did.
all the time.
No, she said it was sexual.
Oh, every time it was.
Well, I don't know about every time, but I mean, like, enough.
I just want the ones that don't work. Based on the number of calls today, it just proves a lot of freaks listen to your show. Happy Freaky Friday.
Oh, yeah, it did turn into a Freaky Friday. Oh, by the way, I did see your comment, Kenny. I laughed. And I hate that it was it shadowed out or something like that?
I think omitting the truth is still lying. Is it?
I
Men
agree.
do it all the time. I learned from the best.
Okay, first of all, you can't just blame two wrongs don't make a right.
But that's like she didn't. If he didn't ask, don't tell. Right? Remember that?
I'm sorry, what?
Don't ask, don't tell. If you don't ask, I don't have to tell. You would ask. It's been a
I
month.
need to go on the air. All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so when we asked, we said, hey, listen, we need someone who has this perspective. All right, so what are we talking about this morning? When you start in a new relationship, I am a firm believer that you need to put everything out there, like be straight up honest so that, it's a getting to know you phase.
Yeah, and getting to know you, you give out piece by piece of information that you're comfortable with. It's only been a month that this girl is dating this guy, and she's wanting to know if she should tell him about her OnlyFans page.
Right. And to me, I feel like that first month you should, because that is the time that, like, at least everybody can make the decision. Like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not really comfortable with that. I need to go my own way. Now, some people might react badly, which that's not good.
But how many times have you been so vulnerable and shared something with someone and they didn't even last 3 months? And then it's like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have told that person this or gave them that much information about my life. Because, I mean, she's not like super public with her having an OnlyFans.
And I understand that. But at the same time, like when you tell them that, if they leave, then it's a good thing you told them, because it's not like they're going to change their mind in 6 months.
But he didn't ask either. So if he didn't ask, she didn't have to tell.
That's a good point. All right. So let's go ahead and get this girl on. She actually has some great advice, and she has some experience with this. It's actually a little bit further down the line. It's not just an OF page. Go ahead.
I actually have dealt with this before. So I was in the service, meaning I loved my clients, and I did that for 5 years, and I had 2 boyfriends, but I was straight up front with them about it. I felt like honesty is the way to go.
Wait, when you say in the service, I mean, like, are you talking OnlyFans or what kind of service?
Oh, no. I was like a companion. It was like, it wasn't online. It was like a face-to-face meeting, or escorting, as they call it, I think.
Okay. Wow. And okay, so when you would start a new relationship, how was that conversation? When did you tell him?
I told him, like, in the beginning, like, I was like, I do this for a living. I have 4 kids, of course, and, I can't make it through. So I did that, but I was honest about it. And, I did a 3-year relationship based off of it. So
Wow.
It was a long-term thing, and he supported me, and he was like, I get what you do, and I understand, and I don't make enough money, to pay all your bills. He said, so I respect what you do, and, as long as you come home to me every day, we're okay.
Okay. And one more question, so there was sexual stuff that was going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like I got paid for, giving them companionship in whichever form they needed it.
Well. And what did she say? She said she got it out of the way at the very beginning. And if they can't handle it, then they can go on.
That's a different kind of service, though.
I agree, but I still think you should say it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, both ways. If it was OF, if it was anything. Man,
I feel like OnlyFans, there's no contact. So it's like, you know what I mean?
There's still a lifestyle there. Like, to me, if you're
it's
in
a fantasy.
All right. Well, I guess we're never going to come to an understanding on this one. Barbie's going to go on that side. I'll stay on this side. Your thoughts, you're welcome to join, especially if you've ever experienced this. Coming up, though, just about 2 songs away, have you ever had a family member pass away, and after they passed away, you learned some kind of crazy secret or something that they had been hiding, whether it be at the funeral or whether maybe you were going through their house and everything like that, and they had something that was hidden, and you were like, oh my gosh, this is a huge family secret. We're going to get into that coming up. Again, just about 2 songs away, 866-639-4689 if you would like to check in this morning.
Are you playing that last call?
Which one?
The one with her husband.
I'm debating it. I don't know yet. Actually, I think we are moving on.
She said subscribe to her at Stoner Mom 5.
Stoner Mom 5.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shay over there on YouTube, if you're still on there, thank you. You're a smart woman.
It's a lot of strippers doing OnlyFans now because no one has to touch them or have contact with him like that, and they could make more money. Exactly.
Well, and that's another question. What if you were a stripper?
I don't know. If I was a stripper, I I don't know. I like strip clubs, so like I would still probably want to be like in there dancing, getting money thrown everywhere. But
I'm not talking about that. I mean,
Oh.
like, if you were a stripper, would you tell your
oh,
Oof. Gosh, that went left.
but I mean, yeah, now stripper, that's kind of hard to hide. That's in person. I mean, a lot of people, unless you travel, I would tell about stripping. I don't know. Then again,
Shut up. Danielle, can you call in? 866-639-4689. Jared, can you put that on that Twitch?
would women have a problem with their man had a page and hiding it? No, I wouldn't care. As long as he's not doing no gay for pay stuff.
Well, even then, what if he was?
Well, then what am I here for?
Understandable. Well, maybe he swings
That's
both
a whole
ways.
that's sexuality. That's a whole different thing. Like I can't give you that.
I'm just saying, like,
If
to
you're
me,
interested, I want a straight man. For me, I want a straight man.
okay.
So
And then
that's
what
a
if-
different thing.
Okay, but what if the guy wants a girl that's not on OnlyFans?
Okay, then, but that's not that's different than what you
It's-
like.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's almost the same
Oh,
thing.
yes, it is.
think
I
it's-
can't have.
no.
I don't have the tools to please you. What you want with
No,
me
apparently
for?
you do. If he goes both ways,
Okay,
he's pleased
well,
by everything.
Okay, that's great.
What's it called?
but
Pansexual or something like that?
That's great. But me personally, I do not want to date a bisexual man. That's just me.
Hmm.
That's totally different.
Oh, that's right. Jackie had that one story. Yeah, Danielle over on Twitch, if you can, call that number and share your story. I just feel like you need to tell anything that is like kind of left, like kind of wild. Something could be like different, whether it be what you're
OnlyFans,
talking about or OnlyFans.
I feel like an OnlyFans page, if you're just having that, then I just feel like that's totally different for me.
Actually, I gotta get ready for that next break too. Did you ever find something out about a family
Phil
member?
said agreed. It's not the same.
Well, you're wrong. Okay,
It is not.
It's not exactly the same, but it is the same
not.
concept.
No.
It is. It
Thank
is.
you, Renee. I got it at the game last week. Y'all gonna beat Florida?
Oh yeah, we got Florida.
I wore my earrings for you guys. My biological father died in January of this year. He was really never in my life, but I learned after he died that he legally changed his name when he was 18 from Homer to Henry. Well,
It's kind of random, right? Let's see. Earlier this morning, by the way, we did scary stories from kids. And apparently 3 years old is the age where kids are like creepy as hell. Like apparently they can see dead people and all sorts of stuff.
No one said he was bisexual. He can be straight and have an OnlyFans. I'm asking for other side. Would girl be mad? No, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't care if my man had an OnlyFans as long as he wasn't doing gay for pay. A lot of dudes do that.
That's where we ended up jumping off, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's, I don't care. Do it. Get your money by all means, baby. I don't care how he make his money, as long as he got it.
Sorry, I'm reading a story.
Okay. Remember I found my ex on PH 8 months in. I knew he was a stripper, but the videos had me cut it off altogether. Can't deal with this honesty. See, but that isn't that where you didn't know he was bi? That's what I'm saying. He's hiding his sexuality. That's a totally different thing to me. Okay, let me know when y'all start the live. Like, we already on live. Oh shoot.
I do hate that they don't send out the notifications to all the people that we're on live.
A lot of gold diggers out here. Dudes digging for coochie. Oh, with Florida and Tennessee, it could go either way. What's Florida's? What they looking like this year? I haven't paid attention to them. They have a couple of players out at the moment. What's up? Yeah. Get into, let's see, hold on.
Sorry, 30 seconds.
Pay my bills is what all the girls are saying and not wanting to give anything. And you don't have to be honest. A man DM'd me one time, y'all, and said, I just want to pay a bill. And I let him. I've never met this man in my life. That's all he wanted to do was pay a bill. Some men are out there that just want to pay a bill. Why y'all mad at that? Like, why y'all mad? I don't understand why other people get mad about that, though. If somebody wanted to pay your bill, you would let them, right? Got it.
All right, here we go. Okay, so, whenever someone passes away in a family, it's always like a really, tough time, right?
Mhm.
And then sometimes during that period, either of grieving at the funeral or even after the funeral when, inheritance starts getting passed down, maybe there's a house and you start going through things, you start learning things that might have been hidden for a long period of time.
Right.
And so we wanted to share some of these that have come in so far. And Danielle is over on Twitch. She said, after my grandmother passed away, my aunt found out my grandfather, her dad, isn't really her dad.
What?
Found this out through Ancestry.
Whew.
Ended up taking the DNA test, and it just kind of blew them all away.
Ancestry and all those DNAs, they've like wrecked some families.
Seriously, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when my dad died, my brother-in-law broke open a old lock cabinet we found in my parents' place while we were cleaning it out.
Mm-hmm.
Had a few pictures in there and love letters from a woman he had been having an affair with when I was a kid. So we never knew he had been cheating on our mom, but it was kind of odd that he would always take us to the office every Saturday morning to make sure that he picked up all of his mail because that's where all of the love letters were and all of those kinds of things. And so we had no idea, and all of this stuff was locked away. There's a picture of it, and it is massive how many different love letters. Apparently, this guy had been carrying on this secret relationship
Oh my gosh.
for years.
While trying to find out my family's history, I came across a census report that listed my grandma as a granddaughter instead of a daughter. This meant that one of her sisters was actually her mother. I only told my mom and brother, and my grandma has since passed. I haven't been able to confirm anything from the census report. That happens a lot in families.
Here's our third one. After my paternal grandfather passed away, my grandmother felt very comfortable being transparent at that point. He'd already passed away. They had been married for a long, long time, but apparently my grandfather was gay. It made sense.
Okay.
Thinking back, it was all those years. I never remembered them showing any affection to each other. It was almost kind of odd, right? Well, now that we look back on it, especially long time ago when they first got married, he couldn't be out. You know what I mean? Those days it was just not good.
Right.
And so they just had this relationship, and she always knew that he was not into women. And they stayed together for decades and decades.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
866-639-4689. Call us. Do you have a secret that you found out after someone in your family passed away? Was it one of those things that just kind of shook you? Was it a family thing? Was it something that they were hiding, like maybe they were a bank robber? Who knows? Give us a call. Share your stories now.
Yeah. I hate that people had to live in secret like that. Like, ugh.
Right.
I couldn't be that. Like, I'm glad I love my OnlyFans. Yes.
Well, there you go. Brittany?
Stoner Mom 5.
How many followers do you have on there, Brittany? Or not followers? How much do you make? That's a good question. Hey, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hey, someone's over there. Can you go check that?
It's Constance. Good morning.
Constance. Hang on just a second. Jerry, can you see what they want?
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
It's okay. So recently, well, it was last summer, my mother's dad, he passed away in 2006 or 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And she has found out since then, well, right before he passed, she found out he had a son. And his son was killed in an accident right before he went to meet him. So he never got to meet him.
Oh, man.
And then last year, my mom's half sister in Texas reached out to my mom and said, "Hey, Ancestry.com says we have a half sister," and she was from England. My grandpa was in the military, and it was in Germany, England, all that, and he had a one night stand. And she was conceived the year before my uncle was born. So it was during my grandparents' marriage. We're actually meeting her next weekend.
Shut up! Really?
Really?
Yes.
Where are you guys meeting at?
She coming here?
She's coming down here. She
Okay.
lives in Baltimore, Maryland, and she's driving down this weekend or next weekend.
Wow.
Oh, keep us posted on that.
Yeah.
I will
Send
for
us
sure.
a picture.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good one.
No problem. You too.
See, that's another reason why I want to do the whole ancestry thing is because
Dr. Marie
I
says
have
don't do it.
uncles that were in the military and stationed overseas.
Oh, you think that they like slept around and everything?
Absolutely. I mean, I already know I've got other. So the family member I told you about that said I'm number 17 at the funeral that what the drama was at. I heard that there was some overseas. Like 17 ain't the only number. That ain't the last number. So I don't know how true that is, but I want to do the ancestry thing to find because I feel like I probably got some family over there. And I have one uncle, he didn't have kids at all, but he was in the military and everything. And I'm like, what if he did have kids, like overseas?
I don't know, Barbie.
I'm scared to do DNA stuff. My mama was drunk when she got pregnant with me, so how does she really know who my daddy is my daddy?
Oh, my gosh.
Woo! Brittany, you so stupid.
Well, and ancestry, I'm telling you, and it's not just that. Dr. Marie said something specific about that. Like, hey, you get on Ancestry, and they can track people down, like for DNA crime stuff.
I mean, I haven't done any crimes, so.
Yeah, but someone in your family could have.
Well, I wasn't there, so that has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me.
When my hold a second. That's such a good question.
My ancestry DNA don't link me and my first cousin. They were always rumors. My aunt wasn't really my grandfather's child. This proved it, but we've still never spoke about it.
Goodness.
Found out in high school that my brothers and I all do not have the same dad.
Really? Casey, how did you find out on that? Was it through Ancestry? Ooh, shit.
What?
I just got a text message. Oh, gosh, it's a long one. After my grandfather passed away, I found out that he was a pedophile.
Oh!
And that he used to watch his... Okay, you know what? That's getting too dark. That's just getting too dark. Damn.
What'd they say?
I don't know, man. That's crazy. Used to watch his daughters undress. His second wife was 13 when he married her. He was 21. His first wife had passed away after giving birth to one of the daughters. He was really old when I was little and never did anything out of the way with me. But this came as a total shock. He seemed like such a sweet old man. Wow.
Oh, God. And that leads me to say it's time that we stop protecting pedophiles in your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually shun them away. Like I saw one of my friends on Facebook was going off on her family because I guess that's a situation in her family and they're protecting them still.
Oh, really?
Them, still dealing with them. Like that's such a slap in the face to the victim.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like it's time that families start calling out these people and holding them accountable.
Yeah.
Because it's like everybody wants to turn a blind eye till it's your child. So.
Here we go.
That's my rant for the day.
Man, I got papers everywhere. Jeez. All right, so you know what? This is kind of turning into all sorts of stuff. So, like, have you ever found out that there was a family secret? A lot of this comes into genetics. But, we started it because, hey, when someone passes away, you start learning some things that maybe they were trying to keep secret for a long period of time.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so some people have been sharing their stories, and then all of a sudden Ancestry.com and 23andMe and all those sites, those really start, when you start taking those, be prepared.
That's when all the family secrets come out for real.
Right, exactly. Constance, good morning. Go ahead. Tell us your story.
Last summer, my mother's dad, he passed away in 2006 or 2005. She has found out since then, well, right before he passed, he found out he had a son, and his son was killed in an accident right before he went to meet him, so he never got to meet him.
Oh, man.
And then last year, my mom's half-sister in Texas reached out to my mom and said, hey, Ancestry.com says we have a half-sister. And she was from England. My grandpa was in the military, and it was in Germany, England, all that. And he had a one-night stand. And she was conceived the year before my uncle was born. So it was during my grandparents' marriage. We're actually meeting her next weekend.
Shut up. Really?
Really?
Yes.
Where are you guys meeting at?
She's coming down here. She lives in Baltimore, Maryland, and she's driving down this weekend or next weekend.
Wow.
Oh, gosh, I want to do it. I'm scared, though.
Family reunions. You should do it. Have you ever found something out whenever you took an Ancestry or a 23andMe, something that kind of rocked your world?
I couldn't do it. My family would be so mad at me if, I did it and it, came up. Because I'm going to talk about it.
Right.
Families don't like to talk about it.
Well, and then on top of that, there's that one Netflix documentary on the doctor, the sperm bank doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And all these people, imagine you take a 23andMe, and next thing you know, you find out that he's your father because he slipped his stuff into, the donors.
Hundreds of people.
Right, exactly.
Ugh.
And so now you have 1,000 siblings.
Oh, no.
It happens.
That'd be a nice Christmas.
866-639-4689. No, when you have that many,
that means you got to buy them stuff too. Oh yeah, that's too much.
Right, and then on top of that, it's just a card. It's not like you're going to get a fancy gift from
you never know.
100 something family members.
Gift cards.
They're not going to give you a gift
adds
card.
up.
Yeah, it adds up for the person who's spending it. Could you imagine? They got to spend it for 100 something people. So, I'm sorry, you're getting a card. And it's not even going to be one that opens up. It's going to be a flat card that says Merry Christmas. And then I write something nice on it. And for 100 people, it's going to be short. You know what I mean?
XOXO.
Yeah, 866-639-4689. Think about it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, man, that's a lot of people you got to shop for.
It is.
Tristan's back. What up, Tristan? Good to see you on here.
Tristan.
It's been forever, man.
What's good?
Whoa, Brittany. My husband found out that his Mima poisoned his papa and murdered him. Good gosh. Brittany, at that point, you got to call. 86. Put that number in there. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good to see you, man. Good to see you on here commenting. Yeah, where's the comment bar? Just send a message to her or something. Or someone else put the comment on there because apparently Jerry can't put it on there. I don't know. We can't comment on there.
Who?
On our own Facebook Live.
Wait, I can comment. What are we doing?
Just comment the phone number on the Hot 1045 page.
Okay.
Thank you, Brittany. Hey, did who? Oh, is she good? Oh, did you figure it out? Okay. All right. Oh, there she is. Hey, Brittany.
Morning.
Good morning. All right, so what's going on here?
Okay, so his papa was in ICU, and they found out from the doctors that his mama had poisoned him, her husband, and killed him. Well, he was in ICU.
What did she poison him with, or do you know?
Do you know what she poisoned him with?
No.
No, they never found out what he was poisoned with. They
Okay.
didn't disclose it, I should say. But shortly after she killed him, she got into a car accident, and it was her karma. She broke her neck.
Did she die?
No, she survived it. She died about a year later. But shortly after she poisoned him and he passed away, she got into a very severe car accident and broke her neck. She went 3 days before. Yeah, she went 3 days before she went to a hospital and discovered she broke her neck.
Oh my gosh.
So she never did time for this then?
No, she didn't. She got away with it somehow.
So let me get this straight though. So was he already in the ICU and then she decided to poison him and take him out, or did she poison him and then he had to go to the hospital?
She poisoned him before he went into ICU.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he went in for a cold, he thought, but come to find out she had poisoned him.
Wow.
Child.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your
Thank
call.
you.
You're welcome.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Tristan, I messed up my wrist doing something. I don't know. And it was like a while ago. And it was good. It was really good. And literally like this week, what happened? Something earlier in the week.
It was the other day, like he was doing something in here, and his next thing you know, his hand starts cramping.
It wasn't cramping. It was like a sharp pain. It was awful. I know.
He was in here screaming.
What up, Kimberly? How you doing? People are crazy, man. And that's the thing. That's one thing that scares me. You know what I mean? Being out there dating and all that kind of stuff. Don't let me find some girl who's crazy enough that wants to poison me because of some argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you know what? I had left my seasonings at one person's place, and I was like, you know what? I'll just go buy some more.
Right. Because what if they piss in it or do something horrible? Better yet or worse yet, antifreeze.
This is why I don't like the women I date to watch Snapped.
Good point, Larry. That's a very good point.
Larry, they ain't snap. Don't do nothing to make them snap, Larry.
Amy, God works in mysterious ways. That is very true. Gives me Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. By the way, Netflix has a new Dahmer documentary.
Why are people so shocked about that?
What?
They're like, oh my gosh, like y'all didn't know what Jeffrey Dahmer, like.
You didn't even know about Son of Sam?
I mean, I didn't, but I'm just saying I imagine that it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's true.
I imagine it's going to be the worst of the worst. So why are we shocked?
Jackie, your roommate's mom was on there? What was she on Snap for?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's a call. We should do another Snapped episode on the show. Like, hey, how were you on Snapped? Or know someone that was on Snapped? Hell, honestly, I probably should save that, Jackie, until we do that episode on the show.
Oh, we got a list that we need to talk about.
What's that?
The list of states with the highest STDs.
Oh, where's Tennessee and South Carolina?
Oh, we all in the top 10, baby.
Shut up.
We all in the top 10, top 5, top 3.
Okay, well, we'll do it later on the show because we don't have enough time for it.
All right. So, Georgia is number 9.
Yeah, it makes sense. I've heard
Tennessee is number 8. North Carolina, number 5. And good old South Carolina, number 3.
Number 3 for the most STDs.
Mississippi's number 1. Louisiana's number 2.
Why is it the South?
Because a bunch of dumb F's.
But I mean, like, I feel like New York would be higher. Like, there's more people there. Aren't they all having sex? Or is it just not, they just not doing it? Or are they just all wrapping up their stuff?
They promote and believe in, protecting your reproductive
Constance,
health.
you were on Homicide Hunter, episode 2?
In 2 episodes.
Yo.
I feel like this is Tennessee's year. Gonna beat Florida. Yes, I hope so. I hope you do. I feel like it is too. I've been feeling orange this year. Like, that's been my color this fall. I wore orange to our award show. We won the best morning show in the state of South Carolina. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, orange is my year. I don't know why.
I don't know why you're so surprised. I do give people too much credit, but I would think, like, I'm just saying, when you look at the numbers, hell, California is so, like, hypersexual and everything's
okay, but they also protect themselves.
Yeah.
They just don't like to wear condoms here, apparently. Obviously. And it's so true. It's so true.
So
dudes be trying to slide.
We're about to wrap up our live, but Constance, so is it season 6, episode 7 of Homicide Hunter? Because I've watched every single one of those. Welcome to the South Decks. Yeah, I know. Just want to,
Is
just
it
in
cold
time for
in
me to be
SC
single.
now? Yes, it's freezing outside. Today's the second day of fall, and
It's
it
gonna
is
warm up.
so cold.
It's going to warm up.
It's getting to like 70.
No. What's the temperature today?
79.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay. And then what's it supposed to get up to?
It's supposed to get up to 79, but I don't think it is going to. The highest I see right now is 77 at 5 o'clock. By noon, it'll be 70.
Oh, that's right. Kimberly, you're in Pennsylvania. Oh, that's got to be freezing out there. Ugh. All right, fam. It is time for us to wrap up. I'm going to watch that episode, Constance. Yeah, send it to us because I actually love that show. Joe
Right.
Kinder.
It's because they push abstinence versus safe sex. They don't have proper sex education from high school all the way up to preventative resources in adulthood. South Carolina education with pleasing extreme conservative religious groups that they have failed the public, and this is proof of the pudding. I'm not surprised.
All right, fam. Homicide Hunter films in Knoxville. What? Hold on a second. Filmed in Knoxville. So if you're around, they will throw you in most times. Hell yeah. I need to reach out to their producers.
Oh, your baby's got their first cold. He said,
Oh.
he said, it's not everywhere. Oh.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Have a
Take care.
good
We love you. Be
weekend.
good. Bye.